Hello and welcome back. It was a gloomy grey autumn afternoon, the kind that makes you want to slow down a little. The Diwali lights were still twinkling faintly, but the festivities had ended. And as much as I love the buzz of Diwali, the guests, the sweets, the sparkle, there is something peaceful about this part too. The quiet after the celebrations. So this week, I finally decided to start taking down my Diwali decorations, one room at a time. While the rest of the house was done, the kitchen was still left. I like using transparent zip covers to store the decor items so I can see everything at a glance, and storing them properly makes next year's decorating so much easier. I gathered all the decorating items in these large bin liners. It just makes it easier to carry them up to the attic where they will go into their respective boxes. After Diwali, my kitchen, especially the pantry, felt like a little storm had passed through. Too many snack packets left open, some random sweets shoved in the corners, and somehow the order just disappeared. So today I'm giving the pantry a fresh start, especially the spice jars. These jars have been with me for years. Some of them are actually old jam jars that I washed, labeled and reused. But over the time the labels got faded, the lids got loose, and I knew it was time for a refresh. I started by pulling everything out. This is my favorite and least favorite part too, because when you take out everything at one go, it looks a little overwhelming. But since I was planning to deep clean the whole cabinet, it was a much needed step. And to kick off the blues, I added a little excitement to the process. I finally opened my new spice jars from Amazon. I had ordered them way before Diwali but never got the chance to redo the space. They are 250 ml set of 12 glass jars with wooden lids. So simple and beautiful. The rubber gasket on each lid makes them completely airtight, and being transparent is the best part. I can see everything at a glance. If you are liking how this pantry transformation is coming together, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel and keeps me motivated to share more. I loaded the glass jars into the dishwasher for a quick gentle wash, and I rinsed the lids separately with mild soap and warm water, just enough to keep them clean without damaging the seal. In the meantime, I started sorting through all my existing spice jars based on how often I use them. The 24 most used ones will go into the new jars. Having a clear system in the pantry always makes a difference. It saves time, reduces waste, and keeps the whole space so much easier to maintain. I set aside the ones that were expired or no longer used in a separate bag. I'll wash those jars later and put them out for recycling. Since we are big chai lovers, there were quite a few packs of tea bags lying around. I used to store them in an old cardboard box, but it definitely needed a replacement. So while I was at it, I sorted through those as well. Now here is a little trick I use to refresh my old pantry jars. These ones were from a Christmas clearance sale I grabbed about 2 years ago. Over time, the festive labels on the lids had completely faded, so I used a bit of nail polish remover to remove them completely. It worked like magic. The jars instantly got a fresh, clean look, and this trick is also great for removing any sticky label residue on other pantry containers too.
You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said.
One by one, I started refilling the jars. To make things even easier, I added these little wooden spoons to each jar. Such a simple touch, but it makes grabbing things so much more convenient during busy hours.
Same mistake.
Just like in India, we don't really have built in pantry shelves or a dedicated pantry room here in Ireland. So I converted this shelving unit, originally designed to hold the fridge, into a little pantry. I use the bottom shelf for heavy pots and cookwares, and since the shelves are quite deep, it can be hard to reach the back of the top one. So I store all the extra kitchen tools neatly in a basket there. Today I also moved all the summer drink bottles and jugs up here, as we won't be needing them during the colder months. At the front, I lined up all the tall IKEA pantry jars, and in this way, I can use the shelf both for extra storage at the back and for displaying the pantry jars at the front. It keeps everything accessible and visually tidy.
Don't know if you know this too. I'd rather be right with you.
To organize things better on the snack shelf, I replaced the herb storage tray with a transparent Lazy Susan to hold all the mixed herbs and sauces I mainly use for preparing pasta and other snack items. And to experiment a bit more, I added these self-adhesive sliders to a transparent fridge organizer and converted it into a pull-out shelf. It was pretty simple to stick and place it on the pantry shelf, although I think a sturdier basket might have worked even better. I used this container to store all the coffee and tea essentials, and being transparent makes it so much easier to grab what I need quickly. To make use of the backspace of the shelf, I added a shelf divider and stored the pasta, tea, and brown sugar jars back there. This way, everything has its place, and even the deeper parts of the shelf are now organized and accessible. Whenever I tackle a big chore, I like to save the most exciting part, something I really enjoy, for the very end. Today I knew the new spice jars would be the highlight, especially on such a gloomy day. And to make the whole process feel productive, I decided to put them to use at the end. Just having that to look forward to kept me going all day, and it made the entire process enjoyable too, if you know what I am talking about. The jute basket will hold all the open snack packets, keeping them organized and easy to grab. And this little hanging basket I placed on the door using command clip. It's perfect for storing all small nooks and knacks like jello, dry yeast, and ketchup packets. It really makes use of every bit of space while keeping things tidy.
Listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you
Now comes the most exciting part, the spice jars. One by one, I started by carefully transferring spices from the old jars into the new ones. It felt so satisfying to see all the vibrant colors filling up these fresh, clean jars.
You got a smile that makes the sun.
To make things even more convenient, I added these little wooden spoons to each jar, perfect for scooping out just the right amount while cooking.
Make me fall in love. 'Cause you've got style, the way your
I also brought these labels from India on my last trip, with most of the Indian spice names printed on them. Labeling each jar not only makes the pantry look organized, but it also helped me quickly assign each jar to a specific spice.
I look at you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you've got style the way
It was such a simple yet fulfilling task. Seeing all the clean jars organized and ready to use brought a real sense of accomplishment. Once that was done, I started arranging the jars neatly on the spice rack, lining them up so everything is easy to find and looks visually appealing. The jars I reach for most often found their spot on the front row, making them super convenient to grab while cooking.
love, yeah. We do this every day, we do this love.
By this time it was almost evening, and these days by 5:30 it's already pitch dark outside. I also sorted the old jars, deciding what to keep and reuse and which ones would go for recycling, neatly placing them in a bin liner. The right hand side of the kitchen wall was looking so empty after taking down the decorations, so I added this frame. The inhale and exhale quote instantly clicked when I first saw it, and I knew it had to find a place in the house.
Oh, I want you.
At the end of the day, it's really all about enjoying the little joys of daily life, even in simple chores like organizing the pantry. Because when you take time to care for your space, it makes everyday life feel a little more peaceful and rewarding. So, here is a full tour of the pantry, starting with the snack shelf. The Lazy Susan holds all the mixed herbs, and right next to it, the pull out shelf is home to all the tea and coffee essentials. And of course, the spice jars take the center stage, neatly lined up with most frequently used ones at the front. It's such a satisfying feeling to see everything in its place, easy to find and visually appealing. Even after a long day, walking into this organized pantry feels calming and makes cooking so much more enjoyable. The drawers underneath the oven serve multiple purposes too. The lower ones hold all the kitchen towels and zip bags, and the top drawer is perfect for my baking supplies. Everyday essentials like lentils and pulses are sorted on this cabinet on the right side of the countertop. And the masala dabbas keep all the everyday used masalas and whole spices organized. I hope you enjoyed the video and this inspires you to find joy in organizing your own space. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more homemaking ideas. See you next time. Take care.